Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone had a great week. I know mine was pretty interesting. So yeah, today's video I'm going to talk about things I cannot live without in my pregnancy, or I haven't been able to live without in my pregnancy. And everybody is different. This is just something fun that I thought would be interesting to film. It's like just little things that I can't live without besides the Oreo milkshakes that I talked about in my last video. So, anywho, yesterday I was supposed to have a 3D ultrasound done. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those, but they're really, really cool. And I've always known that, like, when I had a kid, I wanted to get one done. I didn't know that, like, most hospitals don't do them. Like, you have to go to, like, an outside ultrasound place, like, at least here where I live. And so I found this place and they do like this deal on Wednesdays, and it was like super good deal because normally like fun ultrasounds, like extra ultrasounds besides, excuse me, besides the one that you do at your doctor's office, they can be pretty expensive, which I mean, like, rightfully so. So I went, I had an appointment. My mom got the whole day off of work. My little sister missed out on a field trip in college. And they drove here because we don't live in the same town. So they drove a couple of hours to come to this appointment. We were all like really excited. We got there, and first the baby was being stubborn, it seemed like, because we just kept getting the back of her head. And it's like she was turned away from the camera. And then after we got her to move into position, it seemed like I was dehydrated because my amniotic fluid around the baby was not, there wasn't a lot of it. I mean, there was like enough, like, you know, to like be healthy, but there wasn't enough of it to get like around to the part of the baby's face where we needed to see in order to get a clear picture of her. So that ended up being a bust, and they're so nice. I was able to reschedule, and I'm going back on Sunday. All I've been doing is drinking water. I have drinking like so many of these today. It has like, my fridge tells me how many ounces of water I'm pouring into each cup. So this is like 25 ounces of water is what it's been saying. So I've just been drinking that like freaking crazy. And hopefully on Sunday, I will finally be able to get to see like my little baby's face. So that's really exciting. And yeah, so I guess we'll get into it. I didn't count them, so I don't know if it's like 10 things, 12 things, I have no idea. So let's see, the first thing we'll do is Unisom. I don't know, the lighting's like, I'm not a doctor. Don't take this if you're pregnant without asking your doctor. But this is just something that really helped me in my first trimester. It's surprisingly actually a sleeping pill, which I am not too, I'm like not about taking medication. Like I like to be like pretty holistic. Like I like to do things naturally if I can. But this was a lifesaver along with taking vitamin B12. I couldn't find my B12, so Unisom helped with my nausea. The doctors told me I could take it up to 4 times a day, but I was so tired in my first trimester that I couldn't even imagine, no, like I could not imagine taking a sleeping pill 4 times a day. So what I did was I just took it at nighttime before bed, which is when my nausea was always the worst, was when I was getting ready to go to bed and trying to go to sleep. And I would take it at bed with the vitamin B12, and that always seemed to help me. Another trick is if your body's not used to taking like iron supplements, there's iron in our prenatals, in most prenatals, and that can make you nauseous as well. So it's suggested that if your prenatals might be making you nauseous in the morning, to switch it to nighttime. So I did that, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter if I took my prenatals in the morning or if I took my prenatals at night. I was just always nauseous. So, but I heard that trick, and it's something that I tried. And another thing I couldn't live without, I started using this in my first trimester as well. Stretch mark oils. First one that I tried is bio oil. It smells so good. Smells so good. It's a really light kind of oil. And then my little sister got me some Mama Bee, Burt's Bees oil along with the belly butter. This stuff also smells really good, really like earthy. Let's see if I can. Yeah, stretch mark oils, lotion. I started using that immediately. My body's always been really prone to stretch marks. So like I started getting stretch marks when I was in middle school. So I knew that like in pregnancy, I needed to be like on my A game with my skin because there's a huge possibility that I would get a million more stretch marks. And so far it hasn't been so bad. I did start using that stuff right away. Also because my skin was so dry, not just because of the stretch marks. I have had the driest skin in my pregnancy, and I don't normally have dry skin. I normally have not oily skin either, just like pretty like normal skin. Like I've always been blessed, I guess you could say. Like I have pretty good skin, so my skin's always been kind of normal. But in pregnancy, it's been super dry, which is why moisturizer. This is just a cheap Garnier Fructis moisturizer. Excuse me. It works for me. Like I said, I've always been blessed with really good skin, so I can use cheaper products on my skin and it works fine. I know my esthetician girls are probably gonna be like cringing right now, but moisturizers for me, yeah, like Pond's. I love Pond's moisturizer. Like seriously, it works so good for my skin. Like when I run out of this, I'm probably gonna get Pond's again. I also used to put frankincense inside of my moisturizer, but when I found out I was pregnant, I was doing research about essential oils in pregnancy, and apparently frankincense can make you go into early labor, so I just kind of stopped using it. I don't know if that's true or not, I mean, but it's my first kid, so I'm like overly paranoid. Another thing I can't live without is bubbly. Bubbly anything. This is just what I have in my fridge right now, but in my first trimester, it was definitely La Croix, as I like to say. Everyone else in the world calls it LaCroix, which I find really like frustrating to say. I don't know why, but La Croix. You know, the little seltzer waters, or like the brand Bubbly too. I drink those all the time. But yeah, like I said, this is just what I have in my fridge right now. I don't know why, like carbonation has been like something I've been loving in my pregnancy, and it was never really something that I super craved like outside of pregnancy, I guess you could say. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm not drinking. Like I'm not drinking beer or like wine or alcohol at all, so maybe like the carbonation kind of like helps with that. I don't know, but I can't live without them. They really helped with my nausea in the first trimester, and I still can't get enough of them. I drink bubbly stuff all day, every day. And the next thing I can't live without is my baby journal. I got this on Amazon. It's so cute. It has little quotes in there, and then it has every month, and you can write to your baby. So like I started at month 2, and you can just write to your baby. There's like blank pages in there. Let's see, where am I at now? There's cute little prompts like this one. Like I actually haven't filled this out in a while. I need to go back in here. Nicknames for you, and these are just like nicknames that I have or that people have called her. I have so much more now. I have so many nicknames for her. My latest one is Tiny Stardust. I love calling her that. If you know me, you know that I am a huge hippie. Surprisingly, I don't really look like a hippie. Some days I do, but yeah, Tiny Stardust is like, ugh, I can't get enough of it. I keep calling her that. And my little love, of course. So yeah, baby journal. This is an awesome way to connect if you're feeling disconnected in the beginning of your pregnancy. It's an awesome way to like hone in on those maternal instincts. I love writing. I've always loved writing. Like I've always wanted to write a book. I've journaled for as long as I can remember. And yeah, so this was like the first thing, like I started on month 2. So I got this pretty fast. my next thing is, oh, this goes back to nausea. I guess I should have done this more in order. Mario Badescu spray. You can get this at Ulta. I don't know where else you can get it. I get it at Ulta. I wish my light wasn't so bright. I'm sorry, you guys.
You can't really like see. No.
Anywho, Mario Badescu spray. I have the lavender, I have the rose. I love them both. I say that I can't live without this in pregnancy because it has truly become part of my routine with the moisturizing my face. I put my moisturizer on, I spray this to close my pores. Also, when I was super nauseous and unfortunately throwing up a lot, I would immediately wash my face to try and like make myself feel better. And then I would moisturize, splash cold water, and spray this on my face. Sometimes, even if I was just feeling nauseous, I would just go in the bathroom and I would spray this on my face. And it would make me feel so much better. I'm not sure why it would make me feel better. It might just be like the placebo effect of like doing it. Or like, I don't know, like having the cold mist on my face or something always helped me. So, I don't know. If you're feeling nauseous, try and spray something on your face. I don't know, maybe it'll work. This is pretty, like, I don't think a lot of people will tell you this about pregnancy. We're gonna get real here, guys. We're gonna get real. Shit's gonna get personal, okay? My BO, I shit you not. I have never, like, smelled, like, BO coming off of me before. Like, I've never, like, I'm really like into smells. Like I have a shit ton of perfumes. I have so many lotions. I love smelling good. Like that's like one of my fears is smelling bad. And I think that's because my mom instilled that in me when I was a child. Sorry, Mom. I'm gonna call you out. I was a kid going through puberty, like 11, 12 or whatever. And for some reason, I'm calling myself out too. For some reason, I didn't like to wear socks. I think it's because I don't like wearing shoes. I never wear shoes. I'm not wearing shoes right now. I live in sandals. So I never liked to wear socks with my tennis shoes. And so my mom would always say, do you want to be the stinky kid in class? And I'm like, no, I don't want to be the stinky kid in class. So as an adult, now I am traumatized. I don't ever want to be the stinky kid anywhere. And yeah, so anyways, my BO, like right away, like instantly, like I don't know if it's the hormone changes or what it is, but holy crap. I was like, this is so gross. I was like sitting on the couch one day and I was like, what is that smell? And like, I thought it was like the house or like the dogs. Like we have 3 dogs. So I was like, it has to be like the dogs or something, you know? And I didn't say anything out loud. I was just thinking to myself, like that smell. And then I smelled it later on in the day in the car. I was driving in the car by myself and I was like, what is that smell? And then I just kept smelling it. And then I was laying in bed and I was like, what is this smell? You guys, it was me. I smelled. It was my BO. It smelled so bad. And I was just using like a basic deodorant. I don't use antiperspirants because my dad always used to say that it's like bad for your skin because it clogs your sweat pores, which is not like good for you. And so I didn't use antiperspirants because of that reason. So, and I was never really like smelly before. So I always used like deodorants, you know, like non-antiperspirants, the kind that don't stop you from sweating. Well, in my pregnancy, I am using antiperspirant, Dove, and Game Changer. I don't smell anymore. Definitely invest in a good deodorant because that smell that smell is awful, and your nose is heightened in pregnancy. So I was like extra smelling myself. So maybe no one else was smelling me. That's what I like to tell myself, and it was just me because my nose is like extra psycho. Another thing due to the nose is after I figured out that I had bad BO, other smells would really trigger my vomiting. So I couldn't smell garlic. I am Italian. I love cooking with garlic. I love cooking with onions, and I couldn't eat garlic. I couldn't smell garlic. None of it. So if someone else was cooking in the house, or I eat, sometimes even after I cooked, and like that wafting smell in the house of like old dinner smell would make me nauseous. So I say invest in a good candle. I love Bath and Body Works. This one was actually a gift, and it's a lavender scented, and I love lavender. Oh my god, I love lavender. Oh, I could just live in that. But I love Bath and Body Works candles. They're lifesavers. I don't have any right now. I have to go to Bath and Body Works. So the next thing I have on my list is the Holy Bible of Pregnancy. What to expect when you're expecting. This book is so awesome. Like, it's so nice. Like, it's really, like, truly anything you need to know about pregnancy, it's in here. And they have the app. That's another thing I can't live without is my pregnancy apps. I have Baby Center, What to Expect When You're Expecting, Pregnancy Plus. Basically any baby app that I could find, I have. And I recommend doing the same thing because sometimes they say different stuff. Sorry. And it just keeps up with your baby every single day. So it's like, this is how big your baby is. Your baby is the size of a banana. Your baby is the size of this. And then it tells you like little facts about the baby and little facts about yourself. And it's super cool. So get the apps. Get this book. Get this book. You don't have to get anything else that I talked about. I just think it's fun to share. Oversharing parts about my life is kind of my thing. So I definitely recommend the What to Expect When You're Expecting book. I recommend a baby journal. Even if you don't like writing, it's like a really cool way to connect with your kid. And, oh, my pillow, a pregnancy pillow. My pillow. It's a big loop-de-loo pillow. And it's huge. I mean, this thing is ginormous and it's perfect. Like, I put it in a little like circle kind of. I sleep in the center of the circle and then I wrap my body around it. I started using this right away just because I had to get used to sleeping with something like this. And yeah, now I can't sleep without it, and I'm probably still gonna sleep with it after the baby's born. I love it. This is a case. You can take the case off and wash it. It is extremely helpful with the bump situation because once that bump starts coming in, it is impossible to get comfortable. So yeah, I kind of tuck this like under my hip in between the bump and the mattress, and it kind of elevates the bump. Throw my leg over it. I've always slept like that. I have to throw my leg over something. Normally it's my fiance, but right now it's the pillow. So there's that. And yeah, so I think that's gonna conclude my things I cannot live without video. I hope that you guys found some sort of joy in this video, and as always, if you've made it this far, I appreciate you. So thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.